So, what is it that you need to know before filling out your new W-4? So, do not fill out your W-4 before understanding what I'm about to share in this video. And I think it'll help you get the most out of this from an accuracy level. So, for starters, you'll go to the irs.gov and we'll use what's known as the estimator tool due to the fact that it is really, surgical in terms of giving you a more accurate number versus you guessing and using a paper form. So I prefer people to use this instead. All you'll do is scroll down to where it says tools and applications. It may look different depending on what device you're using, but on the irs.gov you can scroll down to where it says tools and applications, and you can slide across and find what we're looking for. But what I'm looking for is already here. We're going to use the tax withholding estimator. Make sure you have the right amount of tax withheld from your paycheck. So what you want to do is click there where it says check your withholding, and it's going to take you to the tool. We're not going to actually fill out an example in this one. We got several other videos that'll be making that happen, but I just want you to know what to have before you fill out your W-4. That way, when you look at the other videos, you're already in position. So that being said, it says use this tool to estimate the federal income tax you want your employer to withhold from your paycheck. This is key because it tells you that you should use this tool to estimate the federal income tax that you want your employer to withhold. The key word in that is you, meaning that you're in control. You determine how much you want withheld, not anybody else. It's not up to anybody else to decide. Now, they have their percentages and things that you fall under in terms of your income bracket, but it's still ultimately up to you to determine how much federal income tax you want withheld. Why is that important? Because you can have as little or as much as you want withheld. By little, you can go as low as 0. And if you have no federal income taxes withheld, then it's a strategy that you can use that can say, okay, if I'm not having any money taken out, I can use that money to build wealth. I can use that money to get out of debt. I can use that money to save versus letting somebody else hold on to it on my behalf. So that's a key strategy that we've used to help ourselves save money, invest money, pay down debt. Other people have used it to pay off $100,000 within a year. So it just varies, but that strategy is critical. And once you understand it and you put yourself in the power in the driver's seat, now you're in a better position. So that's very, very important to know. So that way you come in with a plan of what it is that you want to do, because the power belongs to you. So see how your withholding affects your refund, take home pay, and tax due. It's important to know that when you adjust this W-4, it will play a role in terms of your future refund. The more you have taken out, the larger refund you can possibly get, and the less you have taken out, then the less of a refund you can possibly get. And in some cases people can however, when you partner it up with our strategy, I will link to the strategy. When you partner it up with our strategy, then now what you can position yourself to do is keep more of your money and legally pay less in taxes and still have a refund, not worry about owing, or have a, even a larger refund in some cases, depending on your situation. So that being said, having a strategy to go along with this is much better than just filling it out like everybody else does. That's what everybody else does. They just fill it out, no strategy. Okay, that's cool. Everybody's been able to do that, adjust it, file exempt, as they call it, do it for half of the year, but there's no strategy in that. And as a result, that's just what the regular everyday person is doing. You're not regular everyday type person, so you need to have a strategy. That's why that's important. So how it works: you use this tool to, number one, estimate your federal income tax withholding. It allows you to estimate it based on a couple of things. Number two, you see how your refund, take home pay, or tax due are affected by the withholding amount. So you can adjust and play with these numbers. And I say play with them literally because when you're putting in information in this estimated tool, it's not submitting anything. You're just testing it out based on your income, based on your situation, what things can work for you. And when we give you examples, it'll be great if you watch every video pertaining to the W-4 examples, because what that does is allows you to get some ideas of things that you can do. You might on one video realize, oh, it makes sense for me to contribute to my 401k because I haven't been, and you see the benefits that come along with that. So really pay close attention to the videos that we do so you can determine whether or not that strategy works for you or not. But you will see how it offsets everything. And then number three, choose an estimated withholding amount that works for you. Again, that works for you. Nobody else can tell you what works for you, because it's all based on whatever you choose based on your strategy and your goals. Very important. So results are as accurate as the information you enter. So the more real you are with the estimator tool, the more real it is with you. If you fabricate some numbers, it's going to give you a fabricated answer. If you come ready, it's going to give you some numbers that are going to let you know exactly what to expect. That way you're not being taken advantage of and somebody telling you, yeah, I'm going to be able to get you this. I'm going to be able to get you this type of refund. Well, are they? And if so, are they doing you a favor, or is it just something that was automated due to the fact that that's just how the numbers work? Now, this is not taken away from any tax professionals out there, in which I plug people into our tax professionals and experts that show people how to legally maximize their refund, because a lot of them can ask you the right qualifying questions to make you realize, oh, it's things I did the previous year that can qualify me for $5,000 extras in tax deductions, $10,000 extra in tax deduction. So it's not taking nothing away from them, but I'm just talking about the people who just play with numbers and then say, ta-da, I gave you a higher refund, and they didn't do anything. They just gave you what you was owed, or they lied and put you in a predicament. So we're not talking about that at all. So what you need in order to have some accurate numbers is, number one, have this ready. Pay stubs for all jobs. Spouse too. So if you're married, typically you may be filing jointly or whatever the case may be. It's good to have both of you all's paperwork together due to the fact that these numbers will make it more accurate for both of your situations. So having a check stub, your most recent check stub, ideally, basically showing exactly what was taken out, how much you were paid, things of that nature, is going to be key to this overall estimator tool. Number two, other income. So if you make side income, self-employment income, you're making money from investments, have that handy as well, so you can kind of have something that reflects what type of money you're receiving elsewhere. So that way you know exactly what to expect from a tax scenario and how you can offset it based on those things. And then last but certainly not least, your most recent tax return. Sometimes you don't need this, but it's helpful to know, dang, did I file, and qualify for the child tax credit last year? The earned income credit last year, did I qualify for that? Did I utilize the 401k strategy? Just different things that they may ask that can let you know easily if it's something you're already doing, which means you're more likely to do it again the following year. You can just reflect to your tax return. Not all the time is this a requirement or will you always need it, but that's why it's there, because it can help with your numbers. And keep in mind, your information isn't saved. You're just putting in your number so you can get an idea of how it all works. Use the tax withholding estimator. That's where you'll go in order to enter your information. As I stated, I'm not going to enter the information in. I just want you to know what's going on. But I will conclude with this. Don't use this tool if you have non-residential alien status. So you'll use Notice 1392 Supplemental Form W-4 instructions for non-resident aliens. Look into that if that fits your scenario. Number two, if your tax situation is complex, this includes alternative minimum tax. See publication 505, tax withholding and estimated tax. So if you got a very, 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 very complex tax situation, and you should know if that's you, then this form may not be accurate for you. That being said, understand that you have the power. Understand that you can take the extra money that may come from properly correcting this W-4 and use it to build wealth. We have a video known as the W-4 to Wealth video, and it's a W-4 wealth strategy that shows people how to take the income shift that comes from them filling out this W-4 form, and it brings them in $200 to $800 extra per month, how they can use that money to build wealth, pay down debt, become a millionaire. It's just different examples that comes from that video. So we've been talking and teaching about this for a long time, understanding that the W-4 form is a wealth form, not just a form that everybody fills out when they get their job. Once you understand that, then you understand that this is a strategy, a way for you to bring in more cash flow and hit your goals without just budgeting. And that's a powerful place to be in, to know that it may be some money that you're giving away or overpaying that can help you hit your goals faster, especially in this day and age. That's all I got for this video. Now you're about ready mentally to go ahead and fill out your W-4 appropriately based on whatever your goals are, and then execute that plan. Check out our upcoming videos. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.